Ivan Calderon was the most complete player on the 1990 Sox. In his 7th year, at the age of 28, he hit .273 with 14 homers and led the team with 166 hits, 74 RBIs, and 80 runs scored. He played solid defense in left, and despite a thick frame, the guy could motor around the bases. He was super aggressive and took chances, an approach that became the team's style of play the whole year. He stole 32 bases. He was one of those guys who was focused entirely on winning games. He would bunt or hit behind the runner if the situation called for it. He had a flair for the dramatic on and off the field, like the time he lost his paycheck in New York, $50,000 that was later recovered and returned to him. Ivan, who drew some criticism from old schoolers because he wore a bunch of gold chains on the field, was misunderstood. He had a laid-back style to his approach that some perceived as being lazy, but the team knew him different. Sox hitting coach Walt Hriniak said Calderon was one of the hardest working players he ever had. After 1990, Calderon got traded to the Expos for Tim Raines. With Montreal, Calderon was an all-star, praised by his teammates for his selfless play and leadership. Unfortunately, the injury bug got to Calderon and his career was cut short. He died much too young in 2003 when he was murdered in Puerto Rico. Former Sox first baseman Greg Walker said, "You'd look at Ivan with all the jewelry and picture a guy who was flashy and wouldn't work, but it was the complete opposite. He was a tough out, a middle-of-the-lineup guy who played the game right." Hawk Harrelson, who was GM of the White Sox when they acquired Ivan, said, "I loved him from the first time I saw him.